Hello, everybody. Today is Wednesday, November 20th, 2024. Um, Bitcoin just made another all time high, so it looks like we're going parabolic right now. We're going to be doing some, um, we're going to be pairing the PAR indicator with the CPR, which is the Pivots Extreme indicator of ours here at the Cartoon Money Printer family. And let's see. We are also going to be reading the width of the par for bias, and the par stands for price action reader. You can get access to all of these if you go to www.cartoonmoneyprinters.com and click the Start Now button. In there, you can sign up with us and get 30 days free access to all these indicators, to the group. Join the community, see if we're a good fit for you. We're doing our best to teach you guys and give you all the tools that you need in order to be a successful trader and educate you guys. Obviously, not financial advice. Uh, Trade responsibly. That's your own risk. Um, this is just strictly for educational purposes only. Um, I'm joined today by KerMixAlot. Why don't you go ahead and say hey?
Hi guys, how are you?
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and take it away? Show me what you're working with.
All right, so like Mickey said, I'm gonna go over pairing the par with CPR and also looking at the width of the ribbon and just kind of how to read it to give you an idea of price action. And just like with any indicator, nothing's 100%. But what I want to look at first, because we've had a very good bounce in a lot of the alts that we were recommending in the group. I think all of these were mentioned in there, except for maybe OM, but I think that was also as well. So I'm going to just go down my list here. I have 8 coins, and I want to highlight the par gap. And the par gap is basically when all the time frame lines that I have on the indicator, and as you'll see here with the scalp, if you look to the right here where the cursor is, you have 3, 6, 12, 15, 24, 30, and 36. This is just creating a ribbon on all low time frames to make my scalp ribbon. And then down below, you'll see 60, 120, 240, 360, 480, 720, 840. And this is more for a day trading possible swing setup on the par ribbon. And I just consider this higher time frame, and the one on top low time frame or scalp can be interchanged. So I want to look at MNT. All right. So we had, now the higher time frame was just kind of floating around the middle, as you can see. So if it's indecisive, you can still play the scalp, and you just play it in the direction that it's given the signal. So I want to highlight right here. I'm going to drop it down to the 5-minute. If we're looking at the scalp, I want to focus on the 5. If we're looking at the higher time frame, I'll do either the 15 or the 30. Okay, so now the 3 and the 6 are going to very easily come up into the real estate here, but if you can just kind of focus on when they all converge together. So like right here, all the time frames were in the oversold, and as soon as it starts to come back up, that is your long signal. So I'm going to go ahead and put this, I'm going to move this vertical line over for you. So as soon as it turns up on the 5-minute, you wait for the close. So you would be getting in here, and coincidentally enough, that candle pattern is a 3 inside up. Let me make the price a little bit larger here. I still want to be able to see the coins because I got to go through some of them. So you can see right here, that's an obvious 3 inside up, and it was also a par scalp signal right there. And you could have had another entry. I think this is where I got in. Right here, as the 3 and the 6 kind of comes back in and creates another little gap here, and that was a continuation signal right there. Okay, so that was MNT, and it had the scalp par gap, and then I'm gonna move over now to Apu. We definitely played this in the group. Everybody's should be up pretty nicely with this one. There we go. Okay, I'll just click on. I'm gonna move these coins over so it's easier to
You
play
just
off.
have one candle.
Yeah, right. All right, so right here. Okay, on this one, I'm gonna move it to the 30, and the arrow is where we got in on that. So let's take a look here. All right. So I'm gonna just kind of highlight the area right in here. We have the par gap on the higher time frame, right? Because all of the lines had converged down into the oversold. The higher time frames are going to be a little bit slower, and it's probably going to set up another signal here. I would love to see the 60 and the 120 kind of pull back a little, and the higher times like the 480 to the 720 start to curl up. Okay, so this is not, it doesn't have everything, but this is definitely a par gap that could have been played, because you had also confirmation with the scalp. Now what I'm seeing here with the scalp par gap, you have a bullish par gap. Okay, so again, I'm kind of ignoring the 3 minute, because that's gonna oscillate very quickly, but I want to focus on the main part of the ribbon, which is here and here. And you had price come down while the indicator on the gaps actually went upwards. So that is a par gap bull div on Apu. And we also had that on deep, which I'm going to show you in a second. So there's 2. And as you can see, the win rate on these is very high when you get these. Let's look at deep. Okay, that is pulling back again. And already TP'd on that one. But let me show you what we got here. And I'll show you the bull div as well. Okay, so right here, the higher time frame, par gap. Okay, as soon as that starts to turn up, that's your signal to go in. And on the scalp, you have all the lines converging down into oversold here, and then they all came down. Right here was a really good spot, and on the next 5 minute candle, that's where you go in at 0.052, and that went up to 0.054, so you had a nice play on that one. So that is another par gap bull div. I'm going to go a little bit faster so I can get into the lesson here. For Doge, it was another low time frame par gap, so you got to play out of that. Tau. Now, Tau I want to highlight because it had the scalp and the higher time frame, so it really had a good move on that one. All right, this one was nice. All right, so if you see both of the ribbons making par gaps together, right here, nice gap, all the lines converged. They're coming up, bouncing off the oversold territory. and you also had confirmation with the scalp time frame as well, right here. This is your entry candle right here, 5-minute close confirmation. All the scalp lines are all going up. That was obvious, and the more obvious it is, usually the better play it's going to be. So Tau did really well. Let me look at the percentage from that candle. You had about a 9% move on that, 9 to 10%. All right, so I look at Floki that had a par gap. Get that up. Okay. So again, all the lines converged into oversold. The next candle, you're in right here at 23,549, and you ended up getting. Let's look at that move. A 20% move. That one got listed today, and that really helped. But the signal was on the chart, so it wasn't just because it got listed. You got Ohm, and then we got. I'm gonna look at a stock after that, and that the stock is the one that's gonna, I think, blow you
Kermit,
away.
Kermit.
Yeah,
All right, I have an idea too.
sure.
I think it's a little bit of both. It's like what came first, the chicken or the egg? The listing could have influenced the price, but the signals could have been, there in the first place. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So either or, I think it's like a kind of a manifesting concept where the signal is gonna the bounce in your favor, and it just so
Absolutely.
happens that that's the day it's getting listed.
Right. And in this instance, you could have traded the news, but typically when retail is reacting on a news event, it's usually too late. But in this case, after it got listed, it did really well. But the signs were there, and I'm sure there were other indicators that had you buying it too. So that was a good one. Thank you. So Ohm. All right, now Ohm, you had the higher time frames coming down, but you still had a nice scalp signal right here, and you take it for what it is. It's a scalp signal with the higher time frames coming down. So in this case, you want to get out pretty quickly. This VWAP could have been a good take profit, or just when the scalp ribbon turned back down. So you had a little bit of a play there. I got one more, and then we'll get into. I want to highlight MicroStrategy.
I have a couple before you get into MicroStrategy. Oh, you can do it now. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah, and if you got a couple, so I want to go to October 24th. I'm gonna scroll back a little bit here. Here it is.
I don't know why they call it MicroStrategy.
Call it Mega Macro Strategy.
Mega cock strategy.
Oh no, sorry. I think it was September 24th. There it is. Okay. September 6th. All right, there it is. Okay, so the high time frames right here. I mean, they were just all converged and absolutely buried. Now, when the lower time frames of this ribbon come up a little bit faster, and this is where we're going to start getting into the width of it. I'm going to segue into that after this. But you see here where it got really wide. At that point, it's probably not going to shoot up. Let me open up the price candles a little bit more. Sorry. It's probably not going to shoot up crazy at that point. You wait for the ribbon to kind of narrow, and then you can take it. But in this case, yeah, they were just going hard into it. Anyway, this was a beautiful par gap on the higher time frame, and on the lower time frame, you also had it. I'm gonna have to zoom in a little bit here. Okay, So the bulk of the ribbon is deep into oversold and it curled up. So that was just confirmation. But here it was blatantly obvious. Here it's just confirmation. And you could have got in any time on that day or the day after on the beginning of September at $120. And MicroStrategy now, you could just look at the price to the right, $473. So that's it's gone up what 8 times more than Bitcoin. It's up 4x in like a couple months. That is pretty ridiculous. Anyway, so let me look at some coins, ones that we've been looking at pretty good today. I'm gonna go over the width reading now. And we could do this live another time. Let me do it on the 5 minute because I want to just do it on the scalp. Okay. So when all the lines come together and they start to move in a specific direction, that is when you're looking for a very, um, a fast move. And then when the ribbon starts to get wide, okay, then you're looking for price to settle down. And it's gonna just converge, separate, converge, separate. All right. So here's another example. Um, when the ribbon is narrow, going in a certain direction, like right here, it's very narrow. Boom, comes down fast. And here, the lines are together, so it's going to move out of that for the price. And then right here, as the narrow is wide, you're going to expect some sideways movement. All right. Now we can just trying to get to another area where wide and narrow, wide and narrow. Here we go. All right, so you're looking for the move. All right, so right here, if you took along in here, this didn't really do much, but as the ribbon is wide, you just anticipate that the price is not going to get away from you. And that's basically all I'm trying to show you guys with the width of the ribbon. So here, it's not going to start to move until the lines start to crunch together again. And it's just something to look out for. It's not always going to be exactly, when it's wide, it doesn't move. When it's not, but it's just something to always kind of consider in the back of your head. I'll never take a trade based off of the width because I'm looking for right here. This is where I take the trade as they all converge and start to move away. And then here, as it gets to the widest point, the price is going to start to settle down before it reverses. And so that's basically it. If there's any questions on that, let me know. And you can hit me up in the chat. Let's see. Now I want to go into the PAR and CPR.
Oh, wait. Before we get into that, I got 2 more. Actually,
Oh, sure.
I got 4 more.
Okay, let's do it.
We have here at Cartoon Money Printers a par swing bot that alerts us when these conditions are met. So it is the whole list of Binance coins, and it scans them all and it gives us what we need. So I want you to look over Saga. Just hit the oversold.
Oh, okay, perfect. Let me make sure I got the history on the CPR. Okay. I need to figure out why the CPR is not showing up. Might have to use this one. Oh, there it is. Okay, Saga. Let's go.
SAGA USDT.P Binance.
Oh, look at Binance. All right. It's giving us the signal right now.
Yep, we just got an alert. Oversold RSI. The
1, 2, and 4. Well, yeah. Here's 1, 2, and 4. They're all in there. Okay, so right now it's let's see. Right now it's kind of a knife catch to take it,
Yeah,
but
I agree.
you have the scalp ribbon coming in. It's wide, so right now I think that price is going to kind of, you know, start to turn around here, and I would want to wait until I definitely see all these lines turning back up before I take this trade.
Go back.
But I think it's going to turn here.
Look back, dude.
Look back
Yeah, there's the low that it made.
right here.
I'm looking at the hourly, and
Let me get that up. I mean, this is oh, here we go. I mean, here's a little bit of a couple of CPRs. So yeah, so right now this is a falling knife. I don't really see any levels here. Let me turn up some more pivots. See if I can see anything.
yeah, I'm doing some TA on my own.
All right, yeah.
See if we can find some confluence here.
I mean, we just knifed through the quarterly pivot right here, the blue, and that blue was right on top of a CPR as well. So if and when it turns, this is going to be really strong resistance right here. If it can reclaim 1.766, I think this could be good for a move up. But wow, this thing got
I see a bounce. Let me actually do a fib here and see what's up.
but I mean, it could bounce
We're in the golden
here.
pocket from my fib pool.
Okay. Right here is really much stronger support. Right here, the more the darker green.
Yeah, I got confluence over there at 149. So I think that'll be a bounce there. We'll see what it does there, and then if it is gonna go up, that's the 718 fib. There's a lot of confluence
Okay.
at the $1.49.
Interesting, because I don't have any pivots at all at 149. Right here is 149.
Yeah.
It's empty space, and being that the high time frame par lines are already all way oversold, getting down to 149 seems like it would be kind of tough. I mean, of
I could
course it
see
could
it.
happen.
Yeah, I could see it happen.
Yeah,
On a knife catch like this, you're just gonna keep chasing the people that are long in this.
yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not long in it now, but
Yeah.
I think 154 is more likely to bounce, and maybe it'll dip a little bit below that. Yeah, I mean 149. That's like That's right in the middle of the 2 points of interest. So, is
Um.
there any fibs that you have around 154?
Oops.
154 or 161?
I typed in
Like, what about the 0.5?
Sega.com. We're at the 7.705 level right now, which is the middle of
Oh,
the
we
golden
already
pocket.
are past golden pivot.
Yeah, we already dipped down below it earlier. I'm looking at the daily, so you might want to go
Okay.
back a few hours.
Oh, okay.
Right
All
there.
right.
So
So
we
you're
already touched underneath the fib that I pulled right there at that bottom.
okay.
And so it could be doing like I don't know. Kind of looks like a head and
I
shoulders
see.
up there, but it could also be a double bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna think more of a double bottom. So you pulled your fib from here to here.
No, I pulled my fib from way back in um September 4th,
Oh,
2024.
you don't like to pull fibs from like your local highs and lows? Mm.
I'm looking at the macro level.
Oh, okay.
This
All
is my
right.
TA.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I mean, we're in the golden pocket from way back then, and we
All
are
right.
in a bullish market structure.
Well, yep. This is
So
this
okay,
could be,
on the daily, of course, bullish on the daily.
of course.
Okay, next one is Degen. Let's look at Degen together.
Oh, okay. I have that open.
USDT.T. You already have it open?
Um,
Is that what you said?
I thought I had it in my list here. SDT.
It was just listed on Binance.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, isn't that usually the kiss of death though?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right. Well, DGen, uh, a lot of support in here, and the par gap is still setting up. So we got. I'm looking at
Oof,
this area
this coin
here.
is painful.
Oh yeah,
Its
and
bottom
I'm
is
looking
less
at
than a penny.
this area here. So 0.0166, 0.0146. Couple areas there. So yeah, there. I mean, you got the scalp ribbon coming down. I mean, it's could possibly make a bull div right here.
We are in the
So that
golden pocket right now.
we are okay. All right. So we're in a golden pocket now, and this is probably the strongest support I have on my chart right now. And the scalp is about to make a bull div, and the higher time frame. I mean, all the lines are down there. They're still pointing down, but if it's a bull div and it's successful and we get a good bounce off of this, this could be a really good spot, in my opinion. And DGen was also on the Parbot
Yes. Yeah.
Saga. Anything else from there?
BAN, that's been there for a while now.
Well, Ban just made some money for Godfather. I think he got it. Might have got that off of there.
Are you sure it was Godfather, or do you think it was what's his name?
Well, he was the last one that mentioned it, so I'm just going off of that.
Red Dragon is the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay. He's here with us, so he might have mentioned it. I just remember Godfather. I think he was the very last person that played it. Let me take a look here.
Let's take a look at it.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I feel like people aren't using the alert bot as much as they could be, especially now that we changed the settings.
No, we need to use it.
Oh man, oh my god, it gave up a whole bunch more just now.
Oh really?
Yeah, it just dumped a bunch that are oversold.
It's going to. Yeah, we're gonna get a lot now. So what I would recommend when you see a list of like 30, 40, I mean, you don't want to go through all of those, especially not every 15 minutes or 1 hour.
Well, let's look at real quick. What's the good one that we trade? We trade Omni, right? Or Ban?
That's what I'm thinking. Just look at the ones that we trade.
What about
the ones
BNX?
that we know. Which one?
BNX. I mean, like you also wanted to make sure that you got coin. You'd always make those comments like, how come nobody mentioned this coin and it goes up like 300% or something stupid? So
Yeah.
So this is exactly what you're looking for. BNX. Yep.
BNX.
Yep. You're in it.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch that right this second. Holy mackerel! Wow, they are. I think they're just causing max pain right now.
Yeah, I would look at BTC.D.
That's probably spiking like crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, everybody thought they picked the bottom on alts, and now they're just getting. Oh, look at that shit. Ugh.
All-time high. 61% of the entire crypto market is just Bitcoin.
Wow, and look at that. It is just screaming up right now. That's got to come back and test. I mean, it doesn't have to, but I would think that it's got to come back and test the yearly pivot. And
Yeah.
man, we got a big old CPR gap in there too.
I mean, look at
Well,
the
that's why
look
alts are
at
getting.
look at the long par.
Yeah.
We're getting into the oversold in this by a bunch.
Wait, in what?
Your long settings in the par.
Long settings?
Yeah, the 6, 120, 240.
You mean the high time frame settings?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we're getting into the overbought.
That's making a par gap if I've ever seen one.
Well, it is, but I want to see the pink, the 60-minute. I want to see this.
Give you the div.
I don't even need a div. I just want to see. I want to see that. It looks like it's got to come up a little bit more. I think it's like doing a blow off right now. And then here's the 4-hour, the blue.
And right now, Bitcoin's still staying the same price. It's at 94. So what that tells me is that they're dumping alts. They're selling off alts right now.
Well, yeah, it's obvious. Everything that I had left.
They're selling alts just for the liquidity, not to put it into Bitcoin.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Actually, I would like to see. I'd like to see the 1-hour come over the 4-hour like that, and then back down. And if all this real estate opens up, then I think we got a little mini alt season. Right? That's what I want to see right there.
So as the Godfather said too, it's like find your coin, throw some money on spot, and watch it ride.
Yeah. Well, and he was also looking at maybe for the weekend. Well, this could par gap could form all the way into the weekend. I mean,
And
it's already,
you know they're gonna sell for the holidays for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They do it every single year.
Well, let them. But I'm sure they're gonna do a liquidity pump before they sell.
Like but it's like that week of the holiday. It's like, all right, well, we're not gonna do much trading, so just sell everything.
Yeah, I agree. You want to try to trade when the pros are trading. You know, they're not going to be or market makers and institutions. I don't think they're going to be trading on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. So I agree with the Godfather. I bet you it's going to be a green weekend going into a red beginning of the week. The first 2-3 days.
Yeah, it might even push it into Monday and then bam.
Yeah.
All right, so this is what we're dealing with now. They're just crushing the alts. Let's take a look. Do you got any more you want to look at?
No, not if the dominance is going to be spiking like this at all-time highs.
Yeah, there's no that. I guess we could watch the gap on this. So it's going to be simultaneously forming a gap on the dominance. While let's look at others.d. And we can also look at others. And you're probably going to be, oh my god.
Oof.
Wow.
Almost the exact inverse.
So it's like, yeah, it's exactly the inverse. But this is not ready yet. That's the problem.